Welcome to another day and another decode. This poet just died after a cancer battle. This is Andrea Gibson, dead at age 49. And I just did It's Your Birthday, Damian Lillard, which was July 15th. This is trending at the same time, and it's also Jim Jones, the rapper's birthday. Look, Jim Jones turned 49 years old. July 15th. You see that? And that's yesterday. Jim Jones turned 49. And let me fast forward. Jim also equals 49. This all happening at the same time. And I said that was Damian Lillard's birthday as well. And we had a bunch of 49s connected in that decode. You see green, if you can see it there. In that decode, green equals 49. Damian Lillard was on the Bucks. Now it's rumored he may go to Boston. They also wear green. You see green has 49 right there as well. You know, Dame Dollar, green, money. But now this poet dies at age 49. You see Dame Lillard, even his full name has 449 right there, which is like 49. Rumored to go to the Celtics. You see Celtics has 46. Flip that 6, it's 49. There may be a couple of more 49s in there. I can't remember right now on the fly, but let's go back over here. Okay, so Andrea Gibson, a candid explorer of life, death, and identity, dies at 49 now. You know, and this is trending at the same time with all those other 49s. They say here it's a 4-year battle with terminal ovarian cancer. 4-year battle. Cancer equals 44. You see, cancer equals 44, like 4-year battle. 44, 4. You see that? Are we in the time of cancer as well? What zodiac sign are we in right now? Look, we are in Cancer as well, zodiac sign. You see that? That's what it says right there. It says we are still in Cancer. So those are some connections for you right there. Um, Andrea, I guess, is referred to as a there. Look when we go over here. Andrea Faye Gibson was an American poet and activist. Look, their poetry focuses on gender norms and life and mortality. Gibson was appointed as the Poet Laureate of Colorado. I guess, I may slip up and not say there at some point, but this is their wife, Megan Faley or Foley, who's also an author. Well, an author, a poet. Andrea, a poet. Oh, a poet, an author. I don't know, maybe some similarities there. But you see that right there? Look at her birthday is August 13th. Right there. I know Jeffrey Epstein is trending. Look at his death. It says start date. Look, August 10th, which is 3 days before. And he's kind of trending right now with a lot of his energy and the island energy. Remember Love Island? Just had the finale and all of that. But you see, that's very close on that date with this poet's birthday here. So 4-year battle with terminal ovarian cancer. Now, Gibson's death was announced on social media by their wife, Megan Failey. Gibson and Failey are the main subjects of the documentary Come See Me in the Good Light, winner of the festival favorite award this year at the Sundance Film Festival, and scheduled to air this fall on Apple TV. So now we get this death, right? Andrea died in their home in Boulder, Colorado, surrounded by their wife, Meg. Look at this, 4 ex-girlfriends, their mother and father. Look, 4 ex-girlfriends, 4-year battle with terminal ovarian cancer. Cancer equals 44. Kill also equals 44. Surrounded by their wife. At least they got good family structure. Wife, 4 ex-girlfriends, mother, father, dozens of friends, and their 3 beloved dogs. Monday's announcement reads in part, the film exploring the couple's enduring love as Gibson battles cancer is directed by Ryan White and includes an original song written by Gibson, Sarah Bareilles, and Brandi Carlile. During a screening at Sundance in January that left much of the audience in tears, Gibson said they didn't expect to live long enough to see the documentary. So that's so that film / documentary, whatever, was directed by Ryan White. Let's pull up that character real quick. Director, because I know there's a hockey player named Ryan White. Look at the director is age 44. You see that? The director is even age 44 and cancer equals 44. This stuff is all connected here. Documentary producer and director, best known for his Netflix documentary film Pamela. Look, a love story. So you get more love there. More love connections. Right? So he is age 44. Okay, so and what, let's see, let's ask Google over here. Explain terminal ovarian cancer. Signifies the cancer, okay, also known as end-stage ovarian cancer, signifies that the cancer cannot be cured and is expected to lead to death. It is characterized by the cancer spreading beyond the ovaries and into other parts of the body, making a cure no longer feasible. Treatment at this stage focuses on palliative care to manage symptoms and improve the patient's quality of life. Wow. Okay, so RIP. Interesting. Let's go right here. Let's get rid of terminal. Type of cancer that begins in the ovaries, which are part of the female reproductive system. Maybe some symbolism there. But let's go back over here. Let's play this.
Andrea Gibson, a poet and performance artist from Maine, has died after a 4-year battle with terminal ovarian cancer.
Gibson's death was announced on social media by their wife, Megan Failey. They're both the subject of the documentary Come See Me in the Good Light, which explores their love as Gibson battled cancer.
Tributes are pouring in. Many LGBTQ fans say that Gibson's poetry helped them learn to love themselves. Others dealing with cancer said that Gibson's work made them less afraid of death. Gibson studied creative writing at St. Joseph's College, which is a Catholic school in Standish. Gibson was 49 years old.
As a decoder, I can kind of understand that. You don't want to be classified as something. I get that, right? We're born and we got like names. Oh, here's the name that your family uses. I'm not saying if you use your name that I got a problem with you or anything, but I understand, characters want to be identified as not what we're born into this world, knowing, like this is your name, oh, you're male, you're female. A lot of characters will change their name, which probably isn't an easy process, but knowing what we know with the language and with this code, I can't say I'm totally against somebody wanting to, be identified as something that isn't the norm, so I don't think we should attack people for that. It's kind of a it's kind of a new thing to me though. As I said, I may misspeak and say her sometime as well. You know what's interesting with that 49 before I go forward? When I looked at this character, kind of reminded me of Kramer, Michael Richards from was it Seinfeld? Kind of reminded me of Michael Richards, maybe like the hair and maybe like the face a little bit. Look at Michael Richards was born in 1949 and his birthday is right around the corner, July 24th. I'm recording this, it's July 16th. Look, his birthday is July 24th and he's born in 49. From the sitcom, played Cosmo Kramer. Look at that, but that's who this character reminded me of. And I look and, right away it's like, bam, born in 49, birthday right around the corner. Jim Jones' birthday yesterday. Jim equals 49. He turned age 49. Trending. So all at the same time. The 49s with Damian Lillard. There's Michael Richards right there with the 49 connection. And then there's Andrea Gibson. So that stuff's interesting. And she dies 10 days before Michael Richards' birthday. There may be some more connections there. I never really watched that show. But yeah, that's I think that's interesting how you can see a character and then see another character in that character, and then when you look at the other character you see connections right away. So let's play this video. Poet Andrea Gibson speaking, I guess, on
sickness also brings with it healing, and it is healed so much that I don't think there's any way I could say, even if I died a month from now, that it wouldn't have been worth it. When I got diagnosed, I almost felt like all of my ancestors, they all raced to me and just graced me with this feeling of, you are so loved. There is nothing that I have ever felt that was more healing than that.
Okay, so we're going to go on to some of these connections. So you see right here, Andrea Gibson dies on the day leaving 170 days in the year. And you could see this film, Come See Me in the Good Light. It premiered at the Sundance Film Festival January 25th. So she died, or they, so I should say they die 170 days after that premiere on the day leaving 170 days in the year. You see that? Gibson has 30 in the language. Dies 30 days before the birthday. Dies on a 30-date numerology. It's a 4-week, 3-day span. Now that's including start to end date, death date to the birthday. So dies 30 days before the birthday, but you include both dates, and it's a 4-week, 3-day span. Andrea equals 43. Killing also equals 43, just putting it in there. Remember, kill equals 44. Stage 4, or they said battling a 4-year battle with terminal ovarian cancer, and the director is age 44. Cancer equals 44, so you get one number shy of the 44. But Andrea 43, 4-week, 3-day span, death date to the birthday. Now I'm about to show you another connection with another character on the world stage. And remember, this appears to all be with the language, with these stories, with these patterns, and names and such. Look at Andrea 119, just like the name of that documentary. 119, Come See Me in the Good Light. And they're saying will be available on Apple TV Plus this fall. So they make sure that they tell us right away. And you could see the first name Andrea syncs up with the title of the documentary. Notice that 119. Remember, this is Andrea Gibson. Look, former baseball player Bob Gibson. His birthday is November 9th, 119. And we get this Gibson with the 119 connection. You're not going to find a story with Andrea Gibson and Bob Gibson, but they're connected by their name, Gibson. If I were to go look down the Wikipedia of Bob Gibson, I would probably find some other connections in there, but I don't have all day, and I don't think you do either. But look at the 119 connection. If I'm not mistaken, did Bob Gibson pass not long ago? I feel like I just did a breakdown not long ago. Oh, it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. So, nicknamed Gibby and Hoot. But yeah, if I were to go look down this, I may find some other connections, okay? But they're connected by that name Gibson and by the 119. Remember, 119 reversed is 911 for emergency as well. So you get the Bob Gibson birthday. The former pitcher there, RIP to him. So RIP to both characters. But you see that Gibson name brings them together with the 119 there. We're in the year 25 with this death of poet Andrea Gibson, explorer of life, death, and identity. That's interesting, right? Now we get the death. Age 49, that's a young age to pass. We're in the year 25. Andrea also has 25. Their upcoming birthday, the 225th day of the year, like 25. Poets got 52, the reverse. Their wife, Megan Falley, Megan Falley equals 52. You see that? Their wife, Megan Falley, announced this death. 52 connects with poet. And she's an author. I don't know if she identifies as there as well. I don't know. But look at the language connection with the numbers that I'm showing you here, okay? There's the 119 again. And remember Andrea 119. So I want to show you. You look at these like different variations of 16 or 61, right? Or 19 or 91, whatever. But you can easily flip the nines. But look at Andrea Gibson 109, right? Like 19. Come see me in the good light 119, like 19. Andrea 119, like 19. If you want to said like flip that 9, you get a 6. Look, come see me in the good light 106, like 16. Terminal ovarian cancer 216. Died in Boulder, Colorado 160, like 16. And just ovarian cancer 61, 16 reversed. In that video they showed like a Ohio film festival here.
Andrea Gibson, a poet and performance artist from Maine, just died after a 4-year.
Might have been this one.
Sickness also brings with it so love.
We saw it. Oh, maybe it was
Much
another
that
one. We saw where it said Ohio, and Ohio equals 16 and 61. Right here. Oh, it says Cleveland. Cleveland, Ohio.
LGBTQ fan.
You see that? Cleveland? Well, Ohio also equals 16 and 61, as they're talking about the Cleveland International Film Festival there.
And say that Gibson's
sickness, all sickness.
Notice how it doesn't let me change slides easily. There we go. You see that? Right as I say it, right on cue. So I think a lot of this stuff is undeniable. And there's more because died in Boulder, right? Boulder, Colorado. Look, Boulder International Film Festival. This film screened at the Boulder International Film Festival. Look, on the 16th of March. And again, they mentioned Cleveland, Ohio right there. And Ohio, again, equals 16 and 61. They lived in Boulder, Colorado from 1999 until their death. 19, there's the 1 and the 9 again. Or again, you flip it over, you get the 61 or you get the 16. So look at it, that's weird, right? A lot of 1-6s, 1-9s there. And I could connect that to other stories on the world stage, but trying to keep it semi-simple here. Okay? So we're going to go to YouTube, I guess, and watch this video. Once I get through the ad.
Colorado Poet Laureate Andrea Gibson has died. One of the most celebrated poets of the last 20 years, Andrea was named the state's 10th Poet Laureate by Governor Polis in 2023. And in April of last year, I had the honor of visiting Andrea in their home in Boulder. And seriously, only a few times in my life have I just been so affected by someone. What does poetry mean to you?
Oh, goodness. What a great question. I think that we were all born astonished. We were never, ever meant to grow out of our awe.
Andrea was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 2021. And on their Facebook page, Andrea's family writes that they passed away early this morning at home, surrounded by family and friends and their 3 dogs. And this is a quote from Andrea posted on that page today. It says, "Whenever I leave this world, whether it's 60 years from now, I wouldn't want anyone to say I lost some battle. I'll be a winner that day."
It even says died at 4:16 a.m. So there's another 16 right there. They did that with that Chicago mass bang bang pow pow. Who was that rapper? Was it what was the name? Money Banks? I can't remember, Mellow Banks or Mellow Bucks. They were saying, let's see. Look at Mellow Bucks. Were they doing that with Mellow Bucks too, saying there? They were referring to Mellow Bucks as there. Oh, I guess maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought there was a Wikipedia. I don't know, but oh, okay. Now it's saying is a Chicago Jill rapper. I could have swore they were saying there, like it was two of them. But anyways, so what does poet laureate mean? What does poet laureate mean? Appointed to represent a county, region, or organization. We had another poet laureate die recently. Was it Susan Brown Miller, maybe? Maybe it was, I can't quite remember. Was it Susan Brown Miller? This book, Against Our Will, Men, Women, and RAPE. I don't know, but we've had some similar deaths recently. That's from May 24th, 2025. I don't know. I can't remember. It was her. She's an author, kind of like the wife in this story. But I did do another breakdown not long ago about a poet laureate RIPing. But yeah, as you can see here, there's a lot of breakdowns, and we're just past Pride Month. I don't know if you think that maybe factors in possibly with this with the gender stuff that they speak of. That's possible, right? Um with this story with the gender norms and being referred to as there. I guess that's possible also, yeah. So yeah, look, you see all of these breakdowns I have here. Multiple accounts cuz the accounts get full and I got to start up more. I was just seeing if that other one would pop up, but there's the Susan Brown Miller breakdown right there. And look at all of those. You see all those right there? And it may be in there somewhere and I may have just there it is. Is that it right there? No, that's not it. All right, so I'll leave it there. Let's go back to the article real quick. They're speaking of just tributes. Again, this is stage 4 terminal. Did they say stage 4 or 4-year battle? 4-year battle with terminal ovarian cancer. Cancer equals 44. They lived with their 4 ex-girlfriends. Comedian Tig Notaro and an executive producer of the documentary, and Gibson's friend of 25 years. So there's another 25 right there. Shared on Instagram how the two came up together as performers in Colorado. So that's another 25. Remember, we're in the year 25. Andrea 25. Next birthday on the 225th day of the year. Poet equals 52. Megan Faley. I should have figured out. And there's the director, age 44. I should have figured out how to pronounce Megan Faley or Folly. I guess it's never too late, right? I don't know if this is even going to be accurate here.
Megan Folly.
I guess maybe it's Megan Foley.
Megan Foley.
Okay, it might be Megan Foley. Okay, so RIP. Now we get some other negative stories trending up here at the top, it looks like. Looking like Michael Richards again there, as he's born in 49. Poet Andrea Gibson, candid explorer of life, death, and identity, suffers her own death, dies at age 49. There's always more. I'm going to leave it there. Shout out to you. Anybody out there? AI, real people, dogs, cats, any kind of animals, aliens. Until next time, peace.